next to, he tips well, he's known as a big tipper, he's known as a guy who's got money, and, you know, isn't afraid to spread it around. So, yeah, they've been married to his wife for 11 years, they had no children, and he graduated from Northwestern University in 1929, and then he ended up being in the service, doing the Naval Medical Corps.
Living a legit dream.
Oh, yeah, he was the lieutenant commander lieutenant commander of the Naval Medical Corps. He did really well once he got out. He's got a nice thriving practice, and, you know, hanging out with his wife. So, he was living a great life. This is a great life. So they went to the races that day. They had a good day at the races. They won some money. They came out about $40 a head. Awesome. Which back then's a good take. That's, you can go out and hang out all night on that. So they're making their way home to Long Beach when they passed the Normandy Card Club. And Violet felt like playing some poker. Like, yeah, we're up $40. Who cares? Let's go, you know, whatever. So he said, yeah, sounds like good. Sounds like a good time. He didn't want to play cards, but he felt like going in there. And he was like, man, well, I gotta have some cocktails. It's a swanky little environment. Maybe we'll see some movie stars. Yeah. Why not? So yeah, and it's a poker palace, they call it. So anyway, they're there. Ted and Joyce Gardner are also there. Joyce is Ted's wife. She's 24. She's a redhead, considered very hot. And all of his friends, Ted's friends, tell Ted that he should keep an eye on her because she looks at every guy in the place and even the showgirls. So she has to fuck everybody and watch out for her. So they have kids. Anyway, they decided to stop for a drink in the place when they saw Dr. Bugge walk in. Okay. Now, they had known each other somehow, maybe through card places or something, but they started talking, Ted and the doctor. And you know, that sort of shit. So Ted noticed that the doctor had been drinking, and basically the doctor liked to gamble. He knows he had money on him, and sort of that sort of thing. Ted's wife Joyce said about the doctor, he was such a pleasant man, laughing and buying drinks. He seemed so happy. So after a couple drinks, Ted asked the doctor to come along with them to meet a friend. Yeah. Come meet a friend of mine. So he says, sure. The doctor goes along with him. He goes and tells his wife, I'll be back soon. He said, quote, I just met a nice young married couple and I'm going to go have a drink with them. Talking to them. So she said, great, she's playing cards, so she doesn't give a shit what he does. I'm gambling, go away. Fuck you. So
it's lost. It's all because of you fucking leave.
She was up $8 again while we were gambling. Literally $8. So basically, Ted and Joyce got in the car and they waited. The doctor got into the front seat. It was only a 10-minute drive to where they went to another place to meet Ralph. This is where they meet Blackie, okay? For the ordered drinks, when the doctor talked with the wife Joyce, and either Ted or Blackie took Blackie aside, to tell him that the doctor had money. And Blackie asked if Ted thought that if we really think he's got money, he goes, yeah, he's definitely got money. He's a fucking mark. We should stick him up, or, you know, we could like tell him that he owes debt to a bookie or something and jack him up that way, but we can get some money out of this guy. So anyway, that's the plan. So they have another drink, they watch a little bit of TV, 1949 TV, and then Blackie and Ted suggested they go somewhere else, or, you know, something like that. So what ends up happening is they get in the car, Blackie gets in the backseat of Ted's car, and he lays down. He's very drunk, so, you know, he's laying down here. Joyce is in the middle, the three of them are in the front seat, Blackie's laying down in the back.
He's 6'5".
He's 6'5". So Ted stops the car under a large oak tree at the corner of a vacant lot at 124th Street and Menlo Avenue. This was apparently like a makeout point. This was like where Nicky Finger Rizzo up there in the hill.
You all right, buddy?
Shit. That's what this was. So there's nothing out there really at this point. Basically, it's just there's oil fields in the distance that have been kind of taken away, and now they're going to build houses there. So developers are starting that thing. So Blackie pops his head up from the back seat and told Ted to pull over. He told the doctor to get out of the car.
All right.
He refused the doctor. So Blackie got out, opened the front passenger door, and dragged him out of the car. He was a lot bigger than the doctor and 20 years younger than him. So at this point, Ralph, Ted, and Joyce all have about the same story up till that point. But then later, things start to unravel here. This is Blackie's version of it. He says Ted's wife got all the trouble started. This doctor was fooling around with her in the front seat. I was laying down in the back seat drunk, and Ted's telling him, hey man, knock that shit off. So I tell him stop the car. I tell the doctor get out, and I pull him out and shove him up against a tree and knocked him down. Joyce ran down the street screaming, and I ran after her. When I came back, I got her in the car. The doctor was laying face up, and I remember clearly that when I hit him, he fell down, spread eagle flat on his face. I remember that clearly. But when I came back with Joyce, he was laying face up, all spread out with his pockets inside out and his coat pulled open. Ted rolled him and had done a number on him, either kicking him or punching him. His face was a mess. I didn't think anything about it except to get out of there. So that's his story. Later, when he talks to the author, he has a few different versions of it. Joyce said it was different, that we were having fun, and he said Blackie and the doctor started fighting, and Ted said that he cracked the doctor a couple of times to help out. The doctor went down, and quote, Blackie put the boots to him. That's what he says. So
she says.
That's what she says. That's what Ted says. It was her and then Ted also. According to Ted, Blackie then said, let's get out of here. And Ted said, should we turn the lights off so the doctor doesn't see the license plate number? And Blackie says, quote, I don't think he will. I gave him some good ones. So I would say he was given some good ones because his body was found there the next morning. He died. Wow. Yeah, the guy died. He was reported missing shortly after that. And people saw him lying on the side of the road. He was just on the side of the road. Hands and shoes, man. That's it. So he was beaten. It's fucking awful. So the autopsy reveals that he died as a result of aspirated hemorrhage. Blood from his shattered jaw and nose clogged his windpipe. Wow. He drowned in it, basically.
In his sleep.
In his blood. Yeah, exactly. So they had a funeral for him and everything like that. He's got no kids, stepdaughter and shit like that, and lots of family. So Miss Joyce Gardner here, she basically, things get tracked down through the cops, and who knows who the fuck they bribed or beat to get stories out of them back then, but a mailman recognized the description of them, and because Joyce has bright red hair, it stands out. So the postman recognized the description of Ted and Joyce and called the police and said that might be them in this house over here on my route. So basically the police showed up, they denied it, the couple of the Gardners denied it, but the police noticed that his knuckles were all scraped up, and it looked like he just got in a fight. So the detectives told him to, we're going to talk to you a little more, and then they searched in there, and they hadn't washed their clothes yet, and they found a shirt with blood all over it. That turned out to be the doctor's, and they found the doctor's wallet in a dumpster out back.
Hard to argue with these facts.
Yeah, so they took her into custody. They take him into custody. They arrest Ted. Blackie's still on the run, though. The whole thing, though, turns out that they were just robbing him. If there was a past, that wasn't why they killed him. They just wanted to rob him and take his money. They thought he had money, and they accidentally murdered him. They just beat him too hard, and he died. That's how it worked here.
What the fuck?
That's it. So they went in there. They found him. They found the wallet. They end up, both the Gardners confess to the whole thing, and then they got to find Blackie here. Joyce was really the one who cracked it. Joyce gave it up first.
Well, yeah.
And then they went to Ted with all the facts, and he was like, okay, fine. fine. So a witness who saw the whole thing said that basically that Blackie and the doctor started fighting, and Ted hit the guy, and that's how it works. That's what Ted told this guy. So they get arrested, Blackie and Ted, and they're in their cells in different jails, and they're blaming each other, obviously. Ralph says here, Blackie says, quote, we were both pretty drunk, and we got the idea of robbing him. The doctor, who I thought was an insurance man, didn't resist, and Ted slugged him with his fist first, and the doctor fell to the ground. And then he said he never even hit him. And that's what he said to the press afterwards. I didn't even hit him. And 40 years later, he said he beat the shit out of him, and then he has a lot of different stories for this. And then he says later on, quote, I never meant to kill the guy. I never even meant to rob him. I was drunk and out of work, and when Blackie suggested we clip him for his purse, it sounded like a pretty good idea. Yeah, so Teddy Gardner here, he's going to jail. He said that they were very high. You know how much money they got from him?
$40.
$53.
That's not enough.
25 for one, 28 for the other.
Yeah, it's ugly.
28. Well, actually, Blackie got 28 in cash. Teddy got 25, and the wallet, which they assumed was worth $3. They could throw it in one not behind his house, maybe. Hey, if you're going to dispose of shit to cover up a murder, don't do it around your house.
It's not in your dumpster.
Stupid, yeah. Go to an apartment complex across the city and throw it out. Where behind your house,
Find a strip mall.
plausible fucking deniability. Jesus Christ. My God. So yeah, they basically go back and forth blaming each other more. Like Teddy's story is that it was mostly Blackie. Blackie's story is mostly Teddy. So that's kind of how they did it. Now Ted says that Blackie and the doctor started fighting, and he said that when they left, the doctor was alive. They did not kill him. Everybody says doctor was alive and didn't even live. So we figured he had enough and he left and he'd be fine. But obviously he's not.
Right.
For this, they're arrested for first-degree murder, and they can get a gas chamber for this.
Wow.
We can get our first gas chamber crime and sports person here. That's fucking crazy, the gas chamber. It is crazy, but not as crazy as the sales.
Yeah.
Jimmy, the sales. Head on down to, if you happen to be around in 1949, head on down to C.E. Williams at 6th and Franklin, and we give Eagle stamps. I don't know what that is. Let's see. There's a whole hand holding up Eagle stamps. Our Christmas present for our customers, 3 instead of the usual 1. Triple savings on any purchase in our store. Holy shit.
Like coupons?
I guess men's slipper specials, $4.45. Oh boy. Women's princess comfort special, some shoe, $5. Not bad.
Amazon prices.
Here's one. If you're thinking of a television Christmas, remember, even Santa Claus believes in months. That's the name of the store. Where you can get 1949 televisions. Let's see this. The 154 square inch model.
It's like 15 by
100 foot. What is that? Fuck is that? I don't fucking
12
know.
by 12 is 144?
I don't know what.
It's not.
It's 94 square. That one is, let's see here. I have to do the inflation calculator. That TV is $299.50 in 1949.
That's ridiculous.
I have to look up what that is. That is $3,270 nowadays. That is so expensive for a tiny little TV. You can get a 63 square inch TV even too. That's only $169.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's smaller than 9 by 9.
It's so back then it was just that thing in the middle. And this was the 40s. Like people didn't have TVs. This was a big deal. Like only wealthy people had TVs. Like TVs were in like bars back then. Very few people had them in their homes.
And the screen rolled.
And there was only a couple of like cities where that had shows. Right? If you lived in a rural area, you couldn't get anything. So this was, they say, one knob picture control, UHF adaptable Muntz tuner built in, all channel antenna, eye saver black picture tube.
It's a black and white TV.
That's what it is. October 15th, 1949. Now, this October 12th was when that happened. By the 15th, he's arrested and going away for murder.
3 days.
The sports section has an article Player Suspended for Breaking Training. Or murder.
Right.
It says Ralph Schwung, right-handed pitcher, blah, 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 blah. He spent most of his time in spring training, medical treatment. After winning 2 games, he again broke spring training and was suspended. He's been placed on the voluntarily retired list. They don't mention he's been arrested for murder.
Right.
Not even a fucking mention of it. So, at his trial in December 1949, which is fucking interesting, they had the owner of the nightclub who testified he saw Blackie and Gardner with the doctor on that fatal evening. He said that Gardner introduced him to the doctor a short time before that. Miss Gardner, obviously, Joyce testifies, and she testifies, quote, after a couple drinks, we all got into the car and drove out to the 124th Street in Menlo. Suddenly, Blackie grabbed the doctor's arm and pulled him out of the car. I begged Ted not to do anything. I said, Ted, darling, please. I begged Ted not to do anything, and he said, get away from me, you super broad. He gave me the back of his hand.
He had to get out of the car and walk all the way around. You know what I mean? That's
bitch.
My God.
She says, quote, then I got hysterical and jumped out of the car, which was just the term used if a woman was upset. She's hysterical. Someone slapped that lady.
She raised her voice.
She needs someone backhand her. Help that woman with the back of your hand, please.
You just slapped her hand or a dildo.
Fuck, one of the two. I really don't know what happened, she says. So, other people know what happened. And Teddy testifies against him as well and says, it was all him. He put the boots to him and all that kind of shit. Witness Joyce also says that she overheard Blackie asking Ted if the doctor had any money, and heard Ted say, I don't know, but
I don't think
so
I like this peanut butter.
That's the last thing I said before my hand blew up.
Okay, so hear me out. I like the taste of it.
It's not a good thing
Okay?
to say.
I don't know, but I'll let the doctor tell me later.
I don't like that it's not
Never say the phrase. It's always bad.
It is.
actually
She
cream.
says that, quote, Schwab said stop.
You know what I
this is
mean?
enough. And then Teddy says later on, he testifies, my wife asked me why I was stopping, but I didn't answer. The doctor said, what's this? And Blackie opened the door and shoved the doctor out and followed him out of the car. So, yeah, the thing with the wife that's only in Blackie's statement to the press after.
I mean, I really do like the flavor.
You barely know. And a chick, are you gonna really try